Suddenly, Janos became intensely alert. Janos, attention Veronica, something is forming. He is appearing in the screen. The great teacher. George, Veronica, do you see him? Veronica, yes. A silver road, far away, very far away. Janos, bring the screen closer, he commanded forcefully. God, give Veronica strength now, so she may see. Describe what you see, Veronica. A silver road, through a landscape of fig trees. Magnificent. I see his left hand, now his right. He is approaching. Now I see him clearly, wearing a reddish-purple mantle draped over one shoulder. Wavy hair. Janos, perfect. Eyes filled with too much light. A high forehead. Janos, slightly trapezoidal. Veronica, very broad, beautiful brows, almost anointed-looking, dark chestnut in color. A nose neither too long nor too short, fine and aquiline. Janos, delicate lips, slightly sensual. Veronica, a slightly cleft chin. He wears a silver-purple girdle. He has neither beard nor mustache. A true man, yet with something feminine in him as well. Janos, spirits are gathering and kneeling. Do you see? Veronica, yes, to the left I can see their bowed heads. In the name of God, be blessed, our spring of light. We greet you and praise you, Holy Alliance. Jesus Christ, the great teacher. Jesus Christ, I have come. You and all of you have awaited me, so that I might bear witness concerning what you did not know. Your doubt, Janos, was entirely justified. The woman who presented herself, I do not recognize her as my mother. She served me many times, and in many ways, alongside my true mother, Teva Tonzova Miriam Maria. At those words, the supposed Miriam Maria collapsed to her knees. Miriam Maria, it is I, great master, forgive me. I never believed you yourself would come here, that you would truly be present. I loved this woman, and wished only to give a partial clarification, so that within her the truth of your teaching might remain alive. O great and perfect Master, you who were called Jesus among us, Christ in other lands. Jesus Christ. Tonzova Miriam, I have nothing to forgive, for I came here for another purpose, for Janos, for something of very great importance. At that moment flames burst forth from his eyes, overwhelming all the spirits present. Jesus Christ, the great teacher. Let the whole world know the truth. My coming to earth was not secret. Long before it happened, it was announced. Jerusalem was not chosen either as the place of my birth or as the place of my crucifixion. My body was not chosen merely as a miracle for the forgiveness of sins. My body was not pierced so that people might worship it, believing that worship alone would save them. My body came to fulfill a duty. The absolute law of the universe is this alone: to love your fellow beings so deeply that not even. Veronica. Come on, Jiggle, keep writing. Veronica tugged at my sleeve. Jesus Christ, I loved humanity. I came from among the 5 Orioles and requested this mission 55 years before descending to earth. From God, as you say, from our Father, as we say. A call resounded throughout the Opalic ellipse. Which among you desires to undertake a brief mission upon earth, where a special mission is needed? There were 33 of us. I stepped forward first and said, I desire it, my Father. My true name was Humility. The one beside me was called the Arms of God. Another was the Light of God. And our dearest companion among us all was the Kiss of God. While I lived upon earth, my brethren continually sent me their gifts and powers. And in the end, I rose again toward the divine Orioles, toward the great supreme master mechanic, who received me smiling, yet deeply sorrowful, that immense being who has never abandoned his place, because he cannot. Balance is achieved through labor, through the energy of the lights, through the law of harmony manifested throughout the 3 cardinal spaces. Between zenith and nadir, there exist 3 cardinal culminating points whose radiations you still cannot perceive. 3 laws manifest simultaneously throughout the universe, through 3 forces and the laws flowing from them: centrifugal force, centripetal force, and central attraction. All 3 operate at once. The law of centrifugal force manifests the law of reward, the 3rd gamma-negative atom energy. The law of centripetal force manifests the 2nd positive beta energy, and the law of central attractive force manifests the 1st alpha energy. Imagine the universe as a Christmas tree narrowing upward and widening below. existing in 3 dimensions of time and space: central alpha energy, centripetal beta, and centrifugal gamma. I am the center, the summit. I reached this state through energetic labor over tens of millions of years. And while I labored, I observed around me countless disks joining themselves to me. And I discovered something extraordinarily important. The faster the rotational movement became, the greater the power emanating from within me into time and space. These emanations possessed rotational coordinates: from the exterior toward the center, attraction, and from the center outward, repulsion, continuous wave-like emissions. Among us there exists no alternating electricity. Alternating current is hatred, stupidity, malice, fear. True direct current is disciplined, energetic labor in love and harmony. You work, you have energy. You do not work, you become weakened, reduced. You must help humanity understand the immense opalic formations so they no longer remain in error. Only on Venus are we fully understood, and through Earth we are now trying to transmit even to Uranus. We cannot carry out special missions every 100 years. Janosch is our friend and yours. For some time now, Earth has begun receiving the science necessary for humanity to understand the meaning of life, the role of the Father, and my own role. Janosch is merely an instrument, as you are, as many others are, for there are already more than 100 persons carrying out decisive actions in my name against the worthless ones. I do not call them devils, I call them only corrupted sentiments. Veronica, my beloved daughter, I have known you long ago. Before my coming, you were once an Assyrian princess, Stanka Luninda. Another time, you were purchased by Persian magnates, and because of your beauty, taken to India, where you loved greatly those around you. You incarnated 3 times in Punjab. At 18 years of age, you had 2 daughters. The second time you came to Benares, the holy city, where you lived 56 years, and bore 4 children as the wife of a great magus, from whom you received countless teachings that remain within your soul even now. The third time, you served yoga among the Brahmin caste. You never entered the Ganges, yet through yoga you received upon your face the sign that you were loved by the sun. And in your 4th incarnation, your face itself shone like sunlight, a radiance you still carry today. After that, you remained at peace for a long time. In Persia you no longer sought God with such intensity, though you remained a great and glorious disk, because you had not yet found balance. You could not then understand many things from the Zendavesta, and you sought self-exaltation through solitude in the desert. People supported you because you had performed miracles twice. Your disk is George from Venus, a disk that long ago departed the orbit of the evolved ones, not in order to become greater, but simply from the desire to labor. That is how a true human being is recognized, when he works for the harmony of the soul, seeking labor in every direction, not in order to become more luminous, but because he cannot remain idle. The more elevated someone becomes, the more he has labored. You possess great energy, and must use it through disciplined work and vigorous effort. Work so that you yourselves may become luminous bodies like the stars. Love is the primary factor behind all labor performed for those in need. Love is the knowledge and structure of universal harmony, scientifically called relative magnetic attraction. Love, affection, desire. Love recognizes neither sex, nor age, nor social class. Affection recognizes sex and social distinctions. Desire recognizes perversion and lust. Seek the first formation, true love, that you may rise to such a superior level that we may meet daily. Love begins only after you have stripped away all the attachments you were born with. Love of father, mother, brother, relatives, friends, women. When you are capable of loving a complete stranger, provided he is honest, exactly as you love your own brother, only then shall you become close to me. Until you love all honest people equally, you are not my direct children, but only indirect ones. And reaching this state requires tremendous effort. Yet you shall reach it. You already possess much, especially now, when soon the age of miracles shall begin. The final phase predestined for you, when the Tizianic radiations from Opal shall begin entering into action. Earth shall receive the Duran and Tiran radiations, which will burn buildings, mountains, and the earth itself. Mountains shall burn and move from one place to another. Out of love, even the dead shall rise again. Hundreds of thousands will become visible and nearly tangible. The crippled, the deaf, the mute, the blind. After the touch of your hands they shall receive healing. I desire that you also, George, receive these apostolic powers in order to heal the sick, but I have not yet given the order, because everything still remains hidden for now. God, the Almighty Father, is present wherever he is obeyed, and he becomes master and commander wherever he is not obeyed. God shall burn with the fire of fires the worthless ones for 15 years. That is how long the burning shall last, and he shall bless those who sought the proper path, who though unable to find it, nevertheless did no evil. One more thing, my sons. Humanity has said, Lord, Lord, why do we not know the laws, so that we may avoid sin? And I answered, whoever labors honestly finds the laws entering naturally into the center of his heart. Whoever lacks honesty twists and deforms every law. The secret of the universe is the magnification and amplification of all wills. At zenith, there exists only one style, not two. Honest, continual labor, which brings wealth, energy, and light. What do you think? If you were traveling a long road and needed shelter somewhere, would a stranger ask for the most sinful and wicked people in town so he might stay with them? No. He would seek the poor, who possess gentle spirits, those whose arms remain open day and night to receive guests. Poor people are honest. They require no severe guards. The rich are tyrannical, avaricious, hypocritical, always trying to conceal their deeds. No one can give anything except what he himself possesses. The evil man gives evil, the good man gives goodness. But the rich man gives poverty, while the poor man gives riches. Yet we shall speak of wealth and poverty another time. I had no need to be born from a womb in the ordinary sense, because no earthly mother could have endured my radiations. Why should I deny it? I labored, and therefore I possess light. And if you also labor, each of you may one day become a Christ in your own right. No earthly mother could have conceived a son whose radiations were 23 times stronger than those of any incarnated being. Miriam Maria is a superior and luminous woman, as you yourselves can see. She truly loves me greatly. Keep her as your friend from now on. Fundamentally, she did not lie. What happened to her was a phenomenon that has occurred with others like her, who remained near me for a very long time. You must understand, George, the transmutation of ideas, something well known in Opalic philosophy. It is a phenomenon that on earth has caused many confusions and misunderstandings. If your love grows stronger and stronger, you may eventually reach the point where certain confusions arise, and you may sincerely come to believe you are yourselves from Opal, saying so without consciously lying. Miriam experienced nothing more than such a transmutation of idea, born from her love for me, a love that grew almost into obsession, and there are others like her. Love is all-powerful. Each of you imagines himself an emperor. Janos believes himself a marshal. George believes himself at least a general. And your love, George, I may truly say, is perfect. With all my affection, I tell you, you have surpassed the norm in the art of love. Your union has long been blessed. Be blessed again in your love and friendship. There exists great confusion within monasticism. You are among the principal instruments chosen for its final clarification. We need evidence. When later you begin performing miracles, it must be known that the three of you were already united as friends, even now, before possessing any powers. Keep everything secret for now, so that at the proper time, you will possess your own documents and explanations. But whether you choose this or not makes little difference, and I shall speak somewhat sternly now. With you or without you, the truth shall still be brought into the light and shown to all. Yet, I would like you also to contribute and take part, because you are my children and my friends. I am poor in love. Without your love, I would be poorer still. Christ himself would not exist without those who love him. Do you imagine I could come here without you, you who are still upon earth? I cannot come without you, just as you cannot come without me. That is why I wish us to remain good friends. Work without propaganda. The age of preaching has passed. We no longer need missions intended to save others. They have had tens of millions of years already. Luminosity can no longer be saved if they themselves have not worked for it until now. You must spread throughout the entire globe. In about 28 years, many things shall be transformed. The new earth shall be ready. After that, you will have 20 years of difficult and exhausting labor. Then you shall become allies of heaven itself, and heaven shall proclaim the victory of light upon earth. You will become so well known that everyone shall hear of you. Accept no praise whatsoever. Say openly and loudly that God is the author of all things, and that nothing can become harmonious unless heaven intervenes. At present I could not descend fully, because the atmosphere in this region is saturated with unfavorable radiations. But the time shall come when we shall speak face to face, without any screen between us. I began just as you have begun. I was born within the universe. I labored with discipline and severity, and became what I now am. 2,000 years ago, after the call of God, I wished through my power of self-giving to undertake a mission upon Earth. On Mars and Venus this would not have been possible. There is no wickedness there, but those worlds remain undeveloped. There are 9 suns in the universe, and 64 planets, of which 21 are inhabited, besides innumerable stars and heavenly bodies that never abandon their appointed places, because magnetism holds them there. This Earth is not eternal. It shall exist only until its available energy becomes exhausted. But whatever is noble never disappears. And now let us conclude definitively the earlier discussion. I descended into the city of Alexandria in Egypt. Through Judea I passed only twice, and not even 120 people listened to me there. Only one of my apostles was Jewish, Joel. Philip, your friend, was Babylonian, residing in Iran, and later died in Lebanon. Many apostles possess names different from those later written by the Jews in your Bible. I had nearly 500 apostles who remained daily with me, and tens of thousands who continually came and departed from my presence. I had over 15,000 true followers, among whom 475 were genuine friends, and among the 5 closest friends was Enosh. George, who was he during your time? Jesus Christ, John, and he was also Mob, who was later falsified into Muhammad. I received a special mission concerning Earth and the other planets in 1946 from our God. Until then, I remained profoundly saddened, because I had departed from Earth without resolving anything. And God himself was deeply grieved. You cannot imagine it. Instead of moving calmly, Apple experienced convulsions. Instead of exerting magnetic action across 40 million kilometers, its influence diminished to only 25 or 30 million kilometers, radiating emissions that dissolved into dust. The Meteorological and Astronomical Center in the Golden City, responsible for observing and monitoring the phenomena of Apple, detected the sorrow of God, and the fact that every state of Apple transmitted itself across more than 40 million kilometers through time and space. There exist 3 spaces. In the first, there is darkness. In the second, all of us work, both we and you. In the third, exists a relatively new and abstract formation, possessing a coral-like luminosity at the summit of a triangular hexagon. To its left, all residues are deposited, forming walls impossible to penetrate. All the filth from the second space settles there like a thick cement over millions of years. What this will eventually become, I do not know. Yet I observed something I wish to tell you. I observed that the coral space emits trillions of kilowatts of energy throughout the universe, that is, throughout the second space, our own. This coral realm has become a kind of reservoir where the surplus energies of the universe are gathered, and from there, rays are emitted with a power of 120-170 eon magnet watts at a frequency of 15 megahertz per second. These emanations begin precisely when they are needed somewhere. The impoverished place attracts and feeds itself from this reservoir. It is like having a true friend who senses your need even before you speak it aloud and gives freely. So it is with this coral space. In the universe, the second space, there exist 9 principal suns, 27 secondary suns, innumerable stars and celestial bodies, and 64 planets. In truth, I know only 61 planets. 1 has fallen, and 2 barely continue to endure. You exist within the sector nearest Opal, sharing the same radiations as Mars, Uranus, Jupiter, and Venus. The Uranians do not progress alongside your science. In every region where I traveled, I was given a different name. The Bedouins called me Bread. The Tuaregs called me the North of the Atlas. In Gaziantep, they called me Water. In Alexandria, Egypt, they called me Ismor, son of Isis, whom they considered the goddess of light. In Abyssinia, during the Christian persecutions, they called me the dangerous mystery, Tarvalus. You should also know that I had no earthly parents, though I was sheltered by Georgina. Mary Magdalene once came to me as well. She had been sent by the Jews to poison me. From a distance, I said to her, "Why have you come to me, Jocusta? Did the Jews corrupt you with their education of fierce hatred? No people in the universe can compare to their black discs. They hate the way you eat pastries. They hate 20 times more intensely than you love. And the darker they become, the poorer they are. And the poorer they are, the greedier." I said to Jocusta, "In your left pocket you carry several fragments of poison." "How do you know that, master?" she cried. Then she began to weep and collapsed to her knees. I told her no one can send me beyond before I complete my mission. She departed with bowed head, circled the place where I remained, then returned and said, "You may kill me, you may strike me, but I shall never again return carrying poison, nor do I ever wish to be separated from you again, not even beyond the grave." This woman, Miriam Maria, is my daughter, sent into Jerusalem and Judea for my sake. Maria, for my own disc, also bore the name Maria, a true enigma to everyone. Thus there were 3 Marys. 1. Maria, my disc, the courtesan from Rome. 2. Mary Magdalene, Jocusta with the poison. 3. Maria Miriam, the one sent into Jerusalem. But the people of that time continually confused them. George, Heavenly Father, please tell me, who is Ionosh, and from where did he come? Jesus Christ. Ionosh came from Opal 4,400 years ago, from Rama Ellipsium, separated into 17 parts. And you, George, descended to Earth shortly after my own coming. You are from Venus, the planet nearest to Opal. You desired special missions for yourself. The first time, in the 3rd century, you were killed. After that, in 3 more lives, you were again killed for my name. You love truth with tremendous force, and for that reason I love you. By circumstance you became Romanian, yet you possess nothing in common with the karma of this land, nor are you bound to its burdens. You are free from all of it. You shall live beyond 100 years, and for more than 40 of those years you shall labor together with Ionosh.